With 15 bars, 50,000 visitors, and more than 800 real ales, ciders and beers from around the world. Welcome to the biggest pub in the world. It's the Great British Beer Festival Beercast. And here's your host, Mark Phillips.
There is a myth amongst members of the public that women don't drink beer, and in particular, women don't drink real ale. It's a myth. How do we know? Look at this.
Girls, I like them fat, I like them tall, some skinny, some small. I got to get to know them all. Girls, love the things they know, love the things they show. Got to be where they go. Pretty girls, the sunshine in their hair, the perfume that they wear. Girls are everywhere.
There you go, all of those young ladies, visitors to the Great British Beer Festival here at Olympia, as is our next guest, known as BeerBeauty. She's a renowned beer blogger. Your real name's Mave, isn't it?
Yes, Mave Cole. I'm a journalist as well.
Okay, so how did you get into beer?
Well, I was actually researching a documentary for the BBC in Nottingham, and there was news that women and the spending power of women was very important to the beer and pub industry. So I investigated that, and that included some very long and arduous research into breweries and pubs, and I was totally converted. I was very much a red wine drinker, Shiraz, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon. And one day I tasted a peach ale brewed by Beartown Brewery in Cheshire, and it was like a light bulb moment. I was totally struck by this beer, adored it, and now beer is my first drink of choice. I love beer.
Don't you find that there is this prejudice in some people's minds against women drinking beer, and in particular real ale? They think women should be drinking wine for some reason.
It's a shame, and my philosophy is that beer is a chic and elegant drink for women. It's an alternative, lower strength drink than wine, which is, on average 12% ABV, and spirits, which are on average, 30 to 40% ABV. And there are so many different flavors out there that are exciting. What I've had today are some amazing beers that have been oak aged in barrels that have previously had Armagnac in, Fuller's Brewers Reserve 4. Some really incredible strong beers. That beer in particular is 12%. So, almost equivalent to wine, but it's way more flavoursome, I feel, way more satisfying. And I just think it's about setting women on a journey to explore and have a beer adventure. Go and try it. Throw away all your preconceptions about beer, that it's fattening, it's full of cholesterol, that it's all bitter. Throw all those away and go and try beer.
Well, hopefully you'll gather even more disciples along the way. If people want to follow you, what's the best way to do it?
It's beerbeauty.co.uk, and also on Facebook, BeerBeauty, and on Twitter, @BeerBeauty.
Okay, and don't forget, if you've got any comments, you can also post them on our Twitter page, which is #GBBF. And that's about it for this year's 2012 GBBF Beercasts. I can tell you that despite fears that the Olympics would disrupt the number of people coming, well, you can see it's absolutely mobbed here, so it's doing really well. I hope you've enjoyed it. I would say that if you haven't yet signed the e-petition, please do so. And also, if you haven't yet joined CAMRA, then do think about doing that at camera.org.uk. For me, Mark Phillips, it's been great. See you next year. Ta-ra!
Join the conversation. On Twitter, it's #GBBF. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/Great British Beer Festival. You can email beercast1@gmail.com or visit gbbf.org.uk.